names are Dan and Steph. And our boxes got delivered to the wrong address.
After they were stuck in customs for over a week and a half. They said delivered, and I was thrilled today at work. And then when Dan and I got home, we saw no boxes. Turns out someone named P. Peter signed for them at an unknown address. And they're closed. So, and the guy that helped us ship these told us to put like $30 piece or something like that. Long story short, we thought he was saying per piece. No. I think the whole total for our 6 boxes value is $300 is what's insured or something. I don't really know. But yeah, so tomorrow we'll call FedEx and maybe we'll get our boxes. It's been a day. I can't.
Okay, anyway.
I have decision fatigue.
Let's rewind.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't made a video since Saturday. So Saturday, we went to Jordan, checked out the city.
They saw the video.
Sunday, we did nothing. We were very lazy. We ended up going on for a little bike ride to...
Oh, to get coffee.
Laziest Sunday in the history of the world.
Yeah, I just took like a 2-hour nap?
Something like that. Now we're going to get coffee.
To wake up.
Counteract the laziness.
Yeah.
Get coffee, and then did we get dinner that night, or no? We made dinner.
No, we made dinner, yeah.
But anyway, Monday work, Tuesday work. So anyway, a little update on work. How's client work going for you?
Good. It's been really good. I seriously love everyone we work with.
Yep.
I love going to work because it's low stress. Everyone's so nice. Like, I just feel like everyone's so understanding.
Yep.
No pressure.
Yep. Very low key, very understanding. Like, Steph and I are slower than we were. Definitely slower than we were in the States, but then slower than obviously our colleagues as they're trying to figure out what's going on, and they're so understanding, so helpful. But we're getting it. We're getting it for sure. But there was something else about work that I wanted to talk about. Oh, one of our favorite things is at lunch, we sit with all the expats. Most of them are from South Africa. One gal's from England, one guy's from India, one guy's from the Philippines, and then there's like 5 or 6 people from South Africa. But we love sitting there and just listening to them just talk, and like either they're like kind of like ripping on each other, or they're talking about like things from their country. Like Raj, our friend from India, was telling us about how people were going around stealing credit cards with like NFC like scanners or on the trains, and how like people were getting like super worried about like credit card scams. And then he was talking about in his little town, in his little village, like he's like super well known because he left, studied abroad in India. So he's originally from Nepal, studied abroad in India, and now works in Amsterdam. And he's like, I guess the talk of the village or something. But just like things like that,
Yeah.
that like obviously we just don't like experience or
Yeah.
feel. Like one girl's from Taiwan, I guess originally, so she talks about that a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it's just all different walks of life.
And they were talking about like wedding traditions. It's the Philippines that like you pin money on the dress or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just really cool to hear like where people came from, their traditions that they have, and yeah, everyone's super interested in Michigan too. And
Yep.
like it's just a bunch of brilliant people. They all speak so many languages, and it makes me
Yeah.
feel so worthless. I'm like, yeah, I know English.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, I know this language, and I can, speak a little bit of this language.
Yeah. I can get by in Egyptian. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So,
But anyway, yeah. So that's like obviously or like definitely our favorite part of the day is having lunch with everyone and just like listening and talking to them about things. And it's interesting to hear like what they think of the U.S. and stuff like that too. It's just all around super fun.
yeah. Speaking of lunch, so we can get lunch at work, and
They have a cafeteria downstairs.
with like a chef who cooks salads, cold sandwiches, and then like a hot meal every day.
Soups.
Soups too. So yesterday was the first day that Dan and I could get it because you need your bank card. Like they do not do credit cards over here, like very seldomly. So typically a lot of places only will take your bank card. So we got 2 cold sandwiches, soup, a thing of pudding, and a Pepsi, and it was €9, which for anyone who doesn't know, the euro and dollar are basically equal. Yesterday the dollar was stronger than the euro, so that's just mind-blowing. Like
Yeah.
in the States,
$4.50 for a lunch.
yeah, in the States you'd pay $9 at least per person.
Yep. So yeah, so like food is super cheap. Grocery store obviously we talked about is cheap, but yeah, I don't know, it's great. We're loving it. We're having a great time. On Fridays they have a bottle is what they call it, which is essentially a happy hour in the office. So we're gonna go to that this Friday. Meet some new people. The partners will all kind of come around and said hi to us and met us and introduced themselves. They've been really helpful and nice.
Which I forgot to tell you, the partner that talked to us yesterday, Cindy was telling me today that he loves to talk to the expats because he's working on his English.
Oh, interesting.
So
He,
always strike up like a conversation with him because he wants to work on his English.
Okay, so I ran into him in the little kitchen. I was getting water or something like that, and I was like, "Hey, how are you?" And he said, and he like stood there. He didn't say anything to me. He just like kept doing his thing, and then he turned to me. He said, He said, "I went to the States and I went to like Las Vegas and LA and San Francisco and stuff like that. Maybe with BDO. I
Yeah,
can't.
it was the Alliance conference.
Probably." And he was like, and I don't know if you want a response to that or something like that.
Yeah, so we actually got told this one time because if you say, "Hey, how are you?" I remember a couple people telling us this. They will like genuinely tell you
Yeah.
exactly how they are, and it will turn into this long conversation.
Yeah, he said, "You don't actually want a response to that, do you?"
Yeah.
I said, "No, yeah, I do."
But like them saying, so if I asked Dan, "Hey, how are you?" he'd be like, "Good, and you?" But they would like go into like
Yeah.
how they are.
Yep. Yeah, so he like was like, it's just kind of like out of habit that you say that, right? And
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, it is, but like I do want to know how you are, but I don't know,
Yeah.
it's just funny, and that it just makes so much more sense now.
Yeah, that's
Because I was
hilarious.
like, oh, that was a weird interaction that I had with
Yeah.
him, but
It's-
fun.
It's so funny picking up on those things. So one girl that I'm working with right now who is like such a character, she's amazing. To every time I caught her today, she would be like talking to someone, and then after she'd be like, "Good luck today." Like instead of
What?
like "Have a good day," she was like telling everyone good luck or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like very interesting. She said it like 3 times. but just picking up on like their different like
Yeah.
words and
Sayings,
stuff. Yeah, their sayings.
Yeah.
Um,
Or like hectic.
yeah, she says, "Oh, that's hectic."
Yeah.
Like she says it's hectic all the time.
Or like, yeah, like we'll go into the apartment thing in a second, but like we're like, oh yeah, they wanna meet us tomorrow for the apartment, and she's like, oh, hectic, and we're like, yeah, it is hectic. It's chaos. But yeah, she like, or yeah, I don't know, just things like that. It's fun, but it's also, I guess, the last little thing. At lunch, it's super funny. So everyone's coming back from holiday right now, so they'll take 2, 3, 4 weeks off for holiday and just go travel and do things. And everyone's coming back from these places, like from Greece, from Italy, from Croatia, from Germany, from Egypt. And they're like, oh, where'd you go on holiday? We're like, oh, Croatia. Like, it's like
So nonchalant.
And it's like so funny to me that it's like going to Tennessee for vacation or something like that, or Wisconsin, and they're like going to a different world. It's crazy to me. But it's so fun hearing about their trips and what they do and stuff like that. It's just cool. But anyway, anything else for work?
No, I'm sure we'll have plenty more updates. It's great. I love it.
Yeah, we're having a good time.
It's been really good for us too. I think we've brought in a lot of like when we notice things are different or we do them differently or we think something's missing, like they're so open to conversation and trying to understand how we do it in the US. So it's a really good, like, not test for Dan and I, but I just feel like I'm growing also by teaching and explaining to people like how we test it in the US. So that's been kind of fun.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, it is kind of like a test. It's like, can you support why we test things a certain way or why we do certain procedures? Like, it is a little bit of a test, kind of explaining it to them, but it's good. Yeah, it's really good. So anyway, moving on to some apartment updates. So
Skip. Just kidding.
Last week Friday we showed you guys a quick video looking at the apartment in the high rise, and then we went downtown, had dinner, went to coffee, and then showed you the schoolhouse. So what an update on that. So the high rise one got back to us and they said today's Wednesday. No, what is today? Monday. Tuesday. They want to meet us tomorrow on Wednesday. The owners of the apartment do, and basically solidify us. It's either between us and one other person whether or not we want to rent the apartment. Unfortunately, we have another tour tomorrow in a better location than the one that wants our answer. We have to wait till the 31st to see the one that we really want, and then there's another one that popped up that we just applied for today. So there's a million things that we want to do before we make a decision on this, but in reality we don't have enough time to wait to make that decision. So anyway, we don't know what we're going to do. We're going to go to the apartment viewing tomorrow at noon, and then I think we're going to go meet the owners and just basically be like, how long can you give us to decide? And if they're like, well, we can't give you past whatever date, like the 31st or whenever we can see the one that we really like, then we're just going to have to pass on it and hope something comes up in the next month.
Yeah, and I guess a little unrelated to the apartment thing, but kind of related. We're staying in H-Tel right now. For some reason, we thought there'd be availability and we could make a last-minute decision. Turns out there's not. So now we're moving on September 1st. H-Tel ends September 4th, but we're going to be on vacation. They call it holiday. September 2nd through the 6th, we'll be in Italy. So we now have to have a duplicate hotel, and we have to move out on the 1st. And luckily we get a car on the 1st, but
I wonder if we'll get it on the 1st.
I hope so. Just like our boxes. You know, if you lose something, like let's say we have all of these boxes that weigh 100 and some pounds combined. In the US, you'd be like, oh, I'll just drive and get them. Well, we have no car currently.
Yep.
And I'm not taking them on the tram. And they're far away, so an Uber would cost a lot, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, TBD. For some reason though, like Dan and I are just like fine. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. Well, like sometimes we'll get stressed and then I don't know, we realize it'll be all good.
Yeah. I think for me it's like there's so many expats here that want to help each other
Yeah.
that they truly like will just do anything.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I super appreciate like the fact that I feel like I have a community to help,
Yeah.
even though we literally just moved here.
Yep. Yeah. Any of them would do anything to help us.
Any questions about anything, or if like we had to put our stuff somewhere or whatever it may be. So, I just love that. I feel like we already have a community, and we've only been working for a week and a half. So, but let's wrap it up because I think you have other footage. Or do you have other things?
Not really.
Yeah.
No. No, not really.
Yeah, by the time we do another video, we'll either A, have our boxes, B, they'll be gone forever, or in C, we'll have,
An apartment. No. I don't
no,
know.
probably not. Well, we won't have an apartment, but we'll know if we have until the 31st to decide about this other apartment. If not, then whatever.
Whatever, we lose it.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Toodles.
Toodles.